Okay, we are joined at this time by Penn State head coach Guy Gadowsky. Nittany Lions finishing off a 3-2 victory over number 20 Arizona State in overtime. Penn State held the 50-34 advantage in shots. We're 1 for 3 on the power play and 4 for 4 on the penalty kill.
You are muted, it says.
Head coach Guy Gadowsky, opening statement.
Actually, I think you first have to give Arizona State a lot of credit. I mean, we were up 2-0 and they came back. They had a goal disallowed and they still kept coming. So you really have to give them a ton of credit. Not at all surprising, but boy, they have a lot of fight in them. They certainly don't have any give up at all. I thought they played well enough, obviously, to win. But you know what, a great goal by Kex at the end and a big game from Timmy and Limo and you got to give Oscar a lot of credit too. So a good win for us, but I think you really have to credit Arizona State with coming back and fighting so hard.
Okay, open it up to questions. If you have a question for Guy, please use the raise hand feature located next to your name, and I'll ask you to unmute and you can ask your question. Andrew Destin.
Guy, could you walk us through that last goal by McEachran? You talked about it just briefly there in your opening statement, but tell us a little bit more about that, how you guys got the winning goal there.
Well, I think the line before, I'm not sure who was on before. I know Timmy and Limo were on before, I believe, and they did a good job of keeping pressure in Arizona's end. And in 3-on-3, it's second period changes, so it's a long change. So we were able to keep them in, and I think when Kex got on the ice, he was a little fresher than the rest of the guys, and was able to regroup in the neutral zone and come back on a 2-on-1. I love his mentality. He certainly, I think he was looking at Limo, but obviously made the right decision with a hell of a shot.
Ben Jones.
Guy, how important do you think it is to have a team that starts to cash in on those sorts of opportunities? It seems like good teams, when another team makes a mistake, you can make the most of it. How important is that to pick that up?
Well, obviously, every time you score is huge, and in overtime it's even bigger. But I thought it was big because I wasn't sure it was going to happen. I thought we had a few really good opportunities. Doherty hit the crossbar. I think it might have been Kex again. It was Westcott passed to Kex with an open net. He made a great save. I think Timmy had an open net again, and it didn't. I was worried that it wasn't going to go in. So when it finally did. Obviously, in such a great shot and a great goal, it feels really good.
Matt Bortner.
How good was Tim tonight, and especially in that last couple of shifts in overtime?
Yeah, I mean, he was excellent in the last couple of shifts, but I thought that line and Timmy was maybe even better in the first period. I mean, there were some big time plays. The pass to set up Limo on the power play was. That's you can't teach that. That's just great vision and deception. And I thought that line was playing really well in the first, great at the start and great at the end, and certainly deserved the game. All that line as well as Timmy certainly deserved all they got tonight.
David Eckert.
Hi, Guy. What did you think of Oscar tonight? Seemed like one of his better performances.
I mean, he played great. I feel a little bit bad because he played well, and that the goals that we gave up were pretty tough. One was both were excellent shots. One was breakaway, clear cut, and other than that, I thought he played fantastic, and he had to. They played very well. They had a lot of quality chances, and he was excellent tonight, and we needed him to be.
Remember, if you have a question for Guy, use the raise hand feature, and I will then ask you to unmute, and you can ask Guy your question. Andrew Destin.
Guy, you guys did a much better job on the penalty kill tonight, stopping Arizona State 4 times, preventing them from scoring. Special teams really picked up recently. What's been the difference for you guys?
Well, we had a chance to go over them. I mean, that's the big up. That's really the big thing. We didn't, because of the situation we find ourselves in, and in terms of trying to meet with the team and try to get the whole team on the ice, especially teams maybe shouldn't, but took a bit of a back seat, and really. What happens a lot in the summer is you have guys that are skating sort of get together and have synergy together, and this was obviously no opportunity. So I really don't think the power plays got a chance to play together at all until the season actually started. So I think it's just time and trying to get on the same page. So I mean, it's nice to see it start to come, but I think really that's what it is.
Andrew Destin?
I know it's a quick turnaround, but for Sunday's game, should we expect to see Oscar again or maybe Liam? What are you thinking?
No, you know what? We actually predetermined it at the start of the weekend that Oscar was going to go Friday and Liam's going to go Sunday.
Ben Jones?
When you compare where you guys are right, it's so hard to do this with this mask on. When you compare where you guys are right now to where you started the year, I know you haven't played a ton of hockey, but do you feel like that trajectory is going in the direction that you want it right now?
Yes, but quite just honestly, from where we started in Minnesota, we really hadn't done nearly enough, like not nearly enough. And I think, like I say, I think a lot of that is my fault for not being innovative enough to make sure that we learn the right things system-wise, on Zoom, etc. So I think we started at a pretty low level. So yes, I think we're much better. But I still think we have a way to go, just simply because as well.
Connor Donahue?
Hey, Coach. First, congrats on the win, and I apologize if this question was asked. I was already a little bit late. Probably the biggest change in the lineup was Xander Lampa moving up to that second line with Tim and Alex. How did you see that line playing out? What did you think their chemistry was? How do you think they did?
Well, they were together before. That wasn't the first time, and I thought tonight, I mean, they were very, very good. I think obviously Tim and Limo, you saw the synergy that they have, specifically on the second goal, on Timmy's goal. That's a pretty high level goal, to be honest with you, to be able to do what they did, and that wasn't by accident either. They're getting a chance to play. I think they're getting, as they get more and more reps together, they're developing better and better synergy. I thought that line was really good. As I said, they started extremely well and ended extremely well.
David Eckert?
What do you like about that duo of Limo and Doherty, and what are they? Was tonight kind of what you were hoping to get from them as a duo?
Yeah, so you can't really guarantee that any two players are going to have synergy. Sometimes it just happens. But with these two guys, they're both extremely high IQ players, and yet they're both tough on the puck. Like they're similar in that way. But I think just the way they think the game is different than most players. And so when that was something that we hoped would happen, and I thought you saw a little sample of that tonight.
Final call for questions for Guy.